This message is for every American watching this right now. You can no longer pretend that politics does not affect your life. Whether you care about politics or not, whether your job has anything to do with politics, you still will be impacted. The question is, are you ready for it, or are you just gonna sit around and let it blindside you and not be prepared? Look around you. You know what's going on that you try to avoid it. Nurses getting fired, doctors getting fired at a high rate. When have you ever seen that? Oh, you don't know yet? Go do your research. Federal workers, people in departments that the US relies on a day-to-day basis, emptied just like that. These are signs of something way bigger. You can't just say, oh, it's just politics. It's just politics. It'll just go over. Those days are over. It's already touching you, whether you want to admit it or not, especially in the pockets. I want you guys to comment. Have you seen layoffs happen around you? If so, let me know what industries have been impacted the most and what state you are in. This isn't about one party versus the other. We no longer have the decorum to practice that anymore in the US at a professional. Well, when has it ever been professional? Let's be real. When policies shift, when budgets get cut, when numbers get manipulated, who do you think will be impacted the most? Your family, my family. We see it in the prices, the cost of living, groceries, jobs, healthcare, the whole nine right now. Ignoring is not going to protect you. It makes you more vulnerable. But listen up. Here are some things you still can do. It's not going to work for everybody, but those who do, they could possibly see some changes. First things first, you need to be very lean, as in cutting out all the expenses that are not essential to you and your family. I know for some people, there's only so much you can do. If you're just starting up your business or you're new in business and you're thinking about hiring somebody, you might need to settle down. Maybe you can have systems into play that are more efficient for you, so that way you can run as lean as possible. Later on, when things look better for you, then maybe you can hire somebody. Because the worst thing you could do right now is to hire somebody and then not be able to pay them in a month or two. That's a disservice to them and yourself and your future. If you have a job right now, lock in as much as you can. I'm not trying to add on to hustle culture. I always say this, but you're going to need to have some skills outside of work that can make you some money, because you're going to start seeing these layoffs in waves, way more than ever before. And if that does happen to you, that skill is what's gonna hold you over. I have videos when I talk about different skills to have. Go check them out. A lot of you are very skilled. You have things that people can use. For example, what you do at your employer right now, guess what? Yeah, they might not be hiring in that industry, or they might be cutting off, but these companies still have money to spend, and they might need it for a one-off project that you can do, and it's pretty simple and easy for you because you've been doing it for 10 plus years. You can package that skill. You're an accountant, and maybe you don't like helping out the big corporations, but maybe there's small content creators that could use your skills. Use QuickBooks to understand, hey, how do I format my QuickBooks effectively and efficiently, so that way things are a lot more smoother for me for the next tax season. That's a skill right there. So I want you to think about this and write in the comments, if you lost your job tomorrow, what skill do you have that you can package to sell directly to businesses? This is the new reality that we're walking into right now. And if I'm wrong, save this video and come back to it and comment in the future and tell me I was wrong. Because the worst case scenario that can happen is you learn a new skill and you figure out how to make money on your own. Because we have to start becoming more self-sufficient, because we can no longer rely on the government, politics, doesn't matter what side you're on. Because we know most Americans are one paycheck away from vanishing overnight. We see the numbers. Depending on where you pull up, 60 to 70% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. I know there's many different reasons for that, but what can we do to control what we can, so that way our families are not continuously suffering in the hands of the big corporations and the government. Let me ask you this. Do you think you're prepared for what's coming next, or are you just living blind? Now, if you're still unsure of what to do, what skills to build around, what do you have already, you're in the right place. You can book a call with me below. The links are in the description and in my bio, where we can go over these things together. Go over your skill sets. Go over how to package them. And if you are already in business, let's figure out how can we make yourself way more efficient, so that way you don't have to hire additional people right now when you know you're eating it into your profits and you really can't afford it. But what you can afford is to have systems into place that will make sure you're up and running smoothly, so that way when that time is ready for you, you can pay somebody without having to worry about cutting them short, because that's not doing anybody a service. And if you're somebody like, I think my time in the US is up, or I need to figure out how can I use my skills in another country, you're also in the right place as well too. We can go over those things, what it's like abroad, how to package things correctly, how to do so effectively and efficiently, and see what makes sense for you and your family. Because the worst thing that can happen is to be left behind when we could have been preparing now. I know it's not ideal, but this is a new life that we're living in now. Because ignoring politics and policies is not going to shield you anymore. Those who pay attention and are able to maneuver around the market and the different policies and politics are the ones that are going to survive for the next X amount of years, even if it's a little rough. So ask yourself this: are you going to continue pretending like none of this is happening? Or are you going to prepare now? Your future depends on this answer.